Hello there, thanks for coming by PosterCentral.com's video blog today. I'm Pete Howard, and you already knew it, nobody sings Dylan like Dylan. But Columbia had to tell the world back in 1965. Look at this. It's on a white background, by the way. It's shrunk wrapped down to a board, but wherever you see the die cut is the three-dimensional cardboard piece. Look at this. Isn't this nice? This is something else. Just a wonderful, wonderful, cute little retail countertop display from the fall of 1965. And it's made of cardboard, as I said, think cardboard. Since this is shrunk down, I can't show you the back of it, but I can show you a photograph of the back of it, and that's exactly what it looks like on the back, and that is an easel there that has not been popped. So that's always fun for collectors. But anyway, this little baby is about 14 inches tall and about 11.5 inches wide, and just a really charismatic, cute thing. You had to throw yourself back to 1965 and just pretend you walk into a musical instrument store or a white front department store, or of course the few record stores there were, and there this thing is, and it's just really, it's just a dynamic, cool little piece. I will say the tip of the guitar here sort of broke off. In fact, on this piece, and most stand-ups of this kind from the 60s especially, but really going forward, is that bends in the neck, and in fact both necks, the instrument and the person, are very common, as well as actually bent off sometimes. But that's just something you have to live with. I mean, how are you going to find something like this, pristine condition? Pretty unlikely, that's for sure. So, obviously this piece was promoting Dylan's new folk rock image in 1965. The electric guitar, of course, is the main component of that. I mean, 65 was the year, right? You had the Newport Folk Festival where he went electric, and you had Bringing It All Back Home early in the year, which had his first electric instruments on an album, and then, of course, Like a Rolling Stone, and then Highway 61. So he was Mr. Folk Rock, and this was really, a great marketing piece that really showed that off. Interestingly, though, however, back in the spring, Columbia did something very similar on a smaller scale, and I have a photograph of that one, and as you can see, it's a cardboard stand-up as well, and just Bob Dylan brings it all back home on Columbia Records, totally referring, of course, to his fifth album from early in the year, after his first four acoustic ones, of course, the previous couple years. Now, another fun thing about this piece, it is smaller, as I said, is that it looks like it's the exact same Daniel Kramer photograph, right? I mean, from, by the way, the sessions for Bringing It All Back Home. Well, it might look exactly the same, but interestingly, it is not. It's like a frame or two away on Kramer's roll of film, because his hand, the strumming hand on the guitar, is slightly different, and look at his legs. See how they're closer together on the big piece, and they're a little further apart on the Brings It All Back Home thing. So that's quite interesting, his feet slightly different. Columbia's art department actually used a slightly different photograph. That's what's so funny, it's just so close, So, but anyway, it's easy to date things like this. I keep saying the fall of 1965, because whenever you have a multi-mini, if you will, a promo piece, a poster, or a display that shows the artist's catalog, obviously the thing came out after the very last album, in this case Highway 61 Revisited, which hit Billboard magazine's album chart on October 2nd, 1965, so very safely placed in the fall of 65. Now, another thing that's kind of funny, whether it's a poster or a display, these album minis, they often alter them just for, to get the basic message across. And notice Dylan's first four acoustic albums there, Bob Dylan, Freewheelin', Times They Are Changing, and Another Side. If you recall, the regular albums all had the complete song title list on the front of the LP jacket, and here they've been removed just for the sake of not getting a little mini too cluttered with information. But what's kind of funny is that fifth album, which we're talking so much about, Bringing It All Back Home, that LP cover had no song titles, and here they added one. So they took away all of them from the first four albums and added Some Terradian Homesick Blues to the fifth album cover. That's pretty funny. And then, of course, the newest album, Highway 61 Revisited, it looks like it's pretty much just, they left that one alone, more or less. Maybe moved around the Columbia logo or something. And then you've got that marketing slogan right there. I said at the top there, nobody sings Dylan like Dylan. And, it was a worldwide marketing campaign as far as I know. I certainly know it was used at least in England as well as America in both the fall of 65 and I believe into early 66 as well. And if you're watching this video, of course, I don't need to tell you that Dylan first rose to prominence as a songwriter, and Peter, Paul and Mary took him twice into the top 10 in 1963, of course, with Blowin' in the Wind and Don't Think Twice. It's All Right and so forth. But boy, come 1965, Dylan had his own first hit, and was it ever a doozy? Wow, of course, like a Rolling Stone, his first real hit and his first monster hit, going to #2 nationally on Billboard's singles chart that summer. So Columbia and the parent corporation CBS decided to put their formidable marketing muscle behind Dylan as an artist and not just a songwriter. So this is one example of that marketing clout they used. Posters and stand-ups and displays and stuff, and it's one of my favorites. I think it's really neat. Of course, Highway 61 is my favorite Dylan album ever, so that doesn't hurt. But just really love the piece. It's really sweet, small, charismatic, and cool. So hope you enjoyed seeing it today. Thanks a lot for stopping by, and we'll see you soon for something else pretty cool. And I'll blog this one when I come across it again. I'll go ahead and do a blog and show you the front and back and everything. Okay, have a nice day. Thanks for coming. Bye-bye.